guys, welcome back to another video with me, Coach Ritika. And as the title of the video suggests, this video is going to be all about pregnancy. Now, I have someone with me today. Her name is Mrinalini, and she is a prenatal and a postnatal coach.
Hey guys, this is Mrinalini. I'm also known as Mini. I'm a CrossFit Level 1 coach, plus I've done my pre and postnatal certification and coaching. And today I'll be answering all of the questions Ritika has asked me, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Okay, so if you're pregnant, then you should definitely watch this video. If you know someone who is pregnant, then you should forward this video to them. And if you are planning for a baby in future, then also you should watch this video. So basically what I'm trying to say is do not skip this video and watch it, because it's going to definitely add some value to your life. Before that, if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notified when I upload videos. So ladies, let's dive straight into the topic. Question number 1 is it safe for women to work out during pregnancy?
Assuming you've been cleared by your doctor, please definitely get clearance for any sort of activity or exercise from your doctor or caregiver. You can absolutely and 100% work out. A few things that we usually as coaches would ask you to keep in mind is that if you were previously working out, it's absolutely okay to continue even in that intensity at times in the beginning, but obviously as your pregnancy progresses, you would need to modify and scale things down, which is absolutely fine as well. If you've been running, you can keep running. If you've been doing CrossFit, you can keep doing CrossFit. In case you haven't worked out before this but want to start because of a healthy pregnancy, as coaches, we usually start off with low intensity and slowly build up to a moderate intensity as the pregnancy progresses. But obviously, we try and avoid any high intensity anaerobic exercises because oxygen is important for your baby and for you, for its development. So we definitely don't want to prescribe anything which is high intensity and anaerobic. The thing that we try and avoid mostly when it comes to exercises is any contact sports, because you don't want to be hit, obviously. Nothing which has temperature changes, so obviously no scuba diving. Nothing with high temperatures, so no like saunas or anything with high heat. And other than that, anything which has the risk of falling, so no skiing and stuff like that. If you're trying it out for the first time, definitely no. But otherwise, it's always good to exercise through your pregnancy because it's safe, it's healthy for you and the development of your baby, and it just makes you feel good.
Number 2, what type of exercises are safe for women to do during pregnancy?
There is no right or wrong answer to this. This is more to depends on the kind of fitness levels, training levels of the person in question. If you've been someone who's been highly active and has been doing high intensity activity mostly during the first few months of your pregnancy, you can still do that, and then you can still continue with those kinds of workouts, but maybe with some modifications, maybe not going for time, trying to just move consistently and well throughout your workout. But if you've been someone who hasn't been working out as much and wants to incorporate exercises to have a healthy pregnancy, you can also do certain movements, but it will be low intensity. It will start with small strengthening workouts and teaching you how to breathe properly and engage your core properly, watching out how you put pressure on your pelvic floor, so all of that. So there is no specific movements that we call as safe and unsafe, but we do want to avoid a few things, and those are like, we don't want prolonged holds where you're unevenly distributing intra-abdominal pressure, IAP, that's what we call it, because you don't want bulges, you don't want doming. You also will try and avoid bearing down on your pelvic floor. Pelvic floor is the connective muscle which is holding our organs in from the bottom, so you don't want pressure to bear down on it because you're pregnant, so all of that definitely avoid. We do focus on exercises that help or help in building or strengthening lean muscle mass. We definitely want to strengthen the core. We want to balance the tone of the pelvic floor. We want good posture and alignment. So any and every exercise that helps with that but doesn't put uneven pressure in your abdomen area and doesn't bear down in your pelvic floor, those are exercises that you can go ahead with.
Question number 3. Is it okay for pregnant women to do ab exercises?
Now, this is a very conflicted topic. Instead of looking at ab exercises, it's important to look at core training, because abs, we are not just isolating our abs when we're training our core. Now, to understand that musculature, you have to understand we have the abs in the front, which we know as 6 packs or 8 packs, which is the erectus abdominis. We have our transverse, our obliques, we have the diaphragm on top, and the pelvic floor right at the bottom. So that's your entire core, right? Now, we don't prescribe exercises which allow for bulging or doming, or where you're pushing out your core when you're doing holds or when you're doing activities that engage your core, but you don't know how to distribute the pressure, so it starts kind of being pushed out or doming. So we try and avoid workouts that, or ab exercises that do that. So crunches and hollow holds, Russian twists may become inappropriate further along your pregnancy.
Question number 4 is something which I have been asked a lot of times, Mrinalini, and that is, when is the right time to get back to workout post child delivery?
If you really want to get back to workout, one, get clearance from your doctor, which is the 6-week one. Even then, I'd say go to a physiotherapist and check your pelvic floor and see if there are any dysfunctions, and if they give you a heads up and says go ahead, you can work out, that's good. Try and obviously listen to your body. That's the most important thing that a person after delivering a child can do. You have just grown a tiny human. You've done like one of the biggest feats that we know in this world. So don't be hard on yourself. Take your time, heal, rest. Make sure that there's no bleeding, there's no pelvic floor dysfunction, your pelvic area has no pain. So all of those are signs that there might be a little more time before you can come back. So definitely check those things out. And obviously if your tearing has healed, so all of that. Listen to your body and slowly get back. As coaches, we obviously will not ask you to jump into workouts. As a certified prenatal and postnatal coach, I would probably start with something low intensity like breathing, and then just learning how to engage your core again, and then progress on to other workouts as we go along.
Okay, number 5 is basically about diastasis recti. I'm pretty sure that many women don't even know about this. So Mrinalini, what I wanted to ask you is, what is diastasis recti? How can a woman know if she has diastasis recti or not, and how can it be fixed?
So the $1,000,000 question, what is diastasis recti? How do you know you have it, and how do you fix it? So our abdomen is made up of several different muscles, but the one muscle that we see in front is the rectus abdominis, and the connective tissue that holds it together right in the midline is the linea alba. And as your belly expands to accommodate your growing baby, your abs start moving apart and the linea alba gets stretched to make space. And that gap that occurs right here, right down the midline, where the linea alba is stretched and the interrecti gap starts growing, that basically is diastasis recti, or the separation of your abs.
So to measure diastasis recti, first we lie on our back and then we bend our knees like this, and we feel our midline and see what kind of feeling we are getting. After which, then we are going to raise our head ever so slightly, not crunching. So you don't want to put that much of pressure, just slightly raise your head so that there's a bit of tension. Breathe in, breathe out, and then you're going to measure right at the belly button. We're going to insert our finger at the belly button and check. I don't have any diastasis recti, but for someone who's gone through pregnancy, their fingers might sink in. There might be 2 finger width, 3 finger width, or even 1 finger width. Then you move, you release, obviously don't keep holding. Then you again take a deep breath. Exhale, head up, 3 inches above, same point, do the same test. Release, and then again inhale, exhale, head up, and then again 3 inches below. Again the same test to see what the depth is, how much width, so how many fingers, how deep your fingers are going in, and depending on that you'll figure out how the degree of your diastasis recti.
Now the next one is, can we fix it? 100% you can. Diastasis recti is unavoidable because you are, as I said, growing a tiny human, so your body is going to go through changes, and it's a beautiful thing, but you can definitely fix it. First things that we look at is trying to learn connection breath, which is where you learn how to connect your breath to your core, how to integrate your diaphragm, how to gently lift your pelvic floor every time you breathe, and then how to engage your core, because we have to relearn or we have to make our muscles relearn how to connect with breath and core after pregnancy. Once you've learned that, you can, from the connection breath, we move on to simpler ab exercises like, say, different variations of glute bridges, dead bugs, trying to make it a little harder as we engage our core with these movements. And once you've mastered that, we can move on to advanced workouts like squats and push-ups and planks and all of that.
Okay, Mrinalini, what tips would you like to give those women who are pregnant or are planning for pregnancy or, have recently delivered?
One, you are growing a tiny human. That itself is huge. So be kind to yourself. Listen to your body. Don't push yourself. When you want the rest, take the rest instead of pushing for a workout. This is not the time to be going for your PRs. This is not the time to be trying to learn a new skill. This is a time where you want to build the healthiest capsule that you can for your baby. So make sure that you're doing just that. But having said that, exercise is very important and essential for not just having a healthy pregnancy, but also for maintaining your muscle mass throughout pregnancy, your mental health, which is a very important part of pregnancy and is not spoken much about, and then also strengthening your core and learning how to maintain the tone of your pelvic floor. So it's exercises can actually help you build that throughout pregnancy. It also helps for healthy weight gain throughout pregnancy. And yeah, just be kind, listen to your body, rest when you need it. And if you're postpartum, please make sure that you heal properly. 6 weeks sometimes is not enough for healing. We know it takes longer as women. So just make sure that you listen to your body and see how you've healed. Listen to your doctors. If there are certain pregnancies do not allow for very vigorous exercises, don't push your body. You don't want to be putting your baby in danger. So always listen to your doctor, listen to your body, and have a healthy, happy pregnancy.
Okay, ladies, pregnancy is not something which is simple, and so it is very important that you have the right coach who can guide you through your fitness journey during your pregnancy. And Mrinalini is someone who is based in Canada, but she takes online sessions. So if you want to get trained by her, then this is her Instagram ID. You can directly DM her and she will be happy to assist you in your fitness journey during your pregnancy. Yeah, that is the end of the video. If you like it, hit that like button. If you have any questions, you can drop in a comment below and I will definitely get back to you. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. That means you are supporting me and my channel. That will be a huge favor. And yeah, I'm going to see you in the next video.